Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
It is an 80-degree night here in the Motor City. The calendar has turned to May and the weather has turned warm. Great night for baseball here in downtown Detroit. The Tigers taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. It is game 2 in this 3-game series from Comerica Park. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers baseball. Mario and Pemba, Kirk Gibson, we are glad to have you with us here for game 2 in this series. Gibby, as we turn the calendar to the month of May now, Tigers trying to improve on a month of April, which they were below 500.
Yeah, 11-16. You'd like to do better, but not bad at all. They proved they've got game. Now, what do you do in May? It's kind of time to evaluate what direction you started in, what direction you're going, especially for the starting pitchers. You go in like 8 segment starts. So now, tonight, Matt Boyd will be going his 5th start. When you get around the 8th start, you'll start to make some adjustments or not. Who do you bring, who do you keep, and who do you move out?
What do you got on Matt Boyd? He will get the start tonight for the Tigers.
Well, Matt Boyd, just kind of look at the developing young pitcher. We're looking at his last year. He had a tough last start, but last year threw a lot more changeups, a lot more curveballs, and he was developing those pitches. And he did well in that, but you need to have more speed variation. And you got to learn the arm slot. You've got to learn the grip. You got to learn where the release point is. He's done a good job of that. Now, what about this year? What has he done this year? More fastballs, more sliders. There you see the fastball and the slider on the right. So no curveball, not as much changeups. He's working on the fastball and the slider, and it's much harder. And he's starting to master those as well. Now he's starting to put those together. You throw harder, you throw softer. You've got 4 pitches. It sets up the soft stuff much better. Now Matt Boyd becomes a 4-pitch pitcher, so it should be a good one for him tonight, for him to continue to develop as he goes towards that 8th start.
All right, Matt Boyd and the Tigers trying to even up the series here with a victory tonight. Right now we go down to the Call Sam studios and we check in with John Keating.
All right, Mario, thank you. Sometimes we lose sight of the fact that Chris Archer is on his 3rd major league team, or in his 3rd major league organization anyway. He was drafted by the Indians. He was traded from there to the Cubs and then was traded by the Cubs to the Tampa Bay Rays, and he's a 2-time All-Star. But lately things haven't been going so well for him, and now it's time for the Bernstein advantage, and pretty much everybody early on, at least in April of 2018, has had the advantage against Chris Archer, an ERA of 6.61 that he will look to sort of shave down tonight against the Tigers. Detroit will have something to say about that. Bank, raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica. And by Dodge, visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. It's a Tailgate Tuesday in downtown Detroit. First pitch on a glorious night coming right up. Here in the Motor City, Tigers getting set to take on the Tampa Bay Rays. It'll be game 2 in this 3-game series. And Matt Boyd is on the mound for the Tigers, presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Matt's 5th start, had a toughie the last 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits and 4 runs. Previous 3, only a run apiece in each. Talked a little about in the open about his 4 pitches. Will he use them properly? And he believes in himself. He's got a lot of confidence, and he's ready to go.
Here is the starting lineup for the Rays tonight, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. And for Tampa Bay, a couple of changes. Danny Echeverria leads off and plays short. Then C.J. Cron and Matt Duffy. Wilson Ramos batting cleanup and catching. Robertson Gomez, Ref Snyder, Smith, and Johnny Field rounded out for Kevin Cash and the Rays.
Let's take a look at the Tigers starting defense. Got Jacoby, Leonis, and Nick in the outfield. Candelario, Iglesias, Machado, and Goodrum on the infield. Matt Boyd is throwing to James McCann today. They're ready to pick it, ready to go.
Well, with May arriving, so has the warmer weather, thank goodness. It has been a terrible year weather-wise, but temperatures in the 80s here at game time here tonight. The Tigers certainly happy to take that.
82 degrees. I would almost say it was almost too hot today. We had the suit coats on, the ties, they got the lights on. But we'll take it over the chilly. and it's much easier for the pitchers to get a feel in their hands and on their release points, and also for the hitters. It goes the same. Everybody gets almost the same advantage, but it's just much more pleasure to play in an environment like this.
So Danny Echeverria is strolling to the plate, and Echeverria will get things started here for the Rays. He'll be followed by Crone and then Duffy. Kevin Cash had to hold on for dear life last night. His team took a 3-0 lead in the 9th inning, but held on 3-2.
Couple of big plays in the game last night. Maybe the viewers didn't look into them. We'll delve into that during the game today.
Here we go. The first one of the ball game is a strike called on Echeverria. There is the umpiring crew, Marvin Hudson, behind the plate.
Gary Cedarstrom in second. He threw me out one day.
Really?
Yes, he did.
What'd you do?
He got really upset. Well, there was a lot going on, and he got a couple guys, and somehow I got pulled into it.
Popped up, shallow right field. Machado back, and Dixon makes the play. One gone. No, I'm assuming this is as a manager, correct?
No, this was as a coach.
Oh, a coach.
Yeah, it was a coach. There's a lot of talk coming out of the dugout, and he, you know, sometimes umpires get into it with the players, and you just ask that they don't do that, and kind of did it to stick up for a player. He did what he had to do. It was the right thing to do. I was deserved to be thrown out. He go.
Here is C.J. Crone. He will look at a strike. 0-1.
Biggie again on the bench tonight, still nursing the sore tricep. Saw him out there taking some ground balls, I thought, earlier, so he's not totally shut down. But opportunity, Nico Goodrum at first base. He's excited. He's ready to go. And they were out early today taking ground balls, all the first basemen, in preparation for tonight, tomorrow, the next weeks. Opportunity to make good plays, and that looked like the Twins' way when Tom Kelly used to have them do that, Mario.
Yeah.
When they were in the Minnesota Twins, and Gardy's taking that on as well. Oh, there's some firewood.
Goodrum comes into the coaching box to make the play, and Crone had his bat snapped.
So Miggy is a good sign today, early today. Got to do the thing. It's the routine. You see that glove? It's nice, soft hands, huh? You can just see the presentation of the glove, and just got to have nice, soft hands. And you see the left arm there, which bothers him a little bit. Trying to get it much better so he can get in an everyday basis again, but still having fun from the dugout.
He was chirping a lot in the ball game last night, so even though he was not playing, he certainly is always in the game.
I think sometimes he acts like he's actually serious. But he's very playful, and it's part of his thing that he stays engaged in the game. He engages people from the other team, fans. Seen him a lot of youngsters as well.
Fouled back out of play by Duffy. Matt Duffy in the ball game last night, 2 out of 4, extending his hitting streak to 7 consecutive games. A souvenir for that gentleman.
Give it to a child.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Good start tonight for Matt Boyd. 1-2-3 go the Rays, and we go to the bottom of the first. the bottom of the first inning. And the Tigers have Leonis Martin back in the lineup. Their starting lineup tonight presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. It'll be Martin, Candelario, Castellanos, followed by V-Mart cleaning up. Then Jacoby Jones and Nico Goodrum, a bottom three of McCann, Iglesias, and Machado. Meanwhile, the starting pitcher tonight is Chris Archer, and he's presented by MGM Grand Detroit.
Yeah, he's got some innings. He's thrown, 200 innings plus the last 4 years. He's a third of innings shy of 1,000 for his career. Last year, 201 innings, 249 strikeouts. So he's got a little sneaky, a 2-1 this year. Slow start with the 6.61 ERA.
So here is Leonis Martin to get it started for the Tigers. Martin, Candelario, and Castellanos in the first inning. And Leonis looks at ball one. Back in the lineup tonight, he was able to pinch run in the 9th inning last night. .271 batting average. He's been bothered by a little bit of a hamstring issue. It'll miss outside 2-0.
Hit a triple. Let's get it loose. You know, he was talking about wanting to play yesterday. They wanted to wait one more day. He ended up in the game as a pinch runner. And he is in the lineup today, so you know he's going to get a gapper.
In there for a strike, 2-1. 4 home runs this year for Martin. He has knocked in 12. In there is strike in the bottom of the zone, 2-2.
Yeah, that was marginal, down, in, away. But Marvin Hudson, they know, they have the umpire data. They know whether they need to swing or not. In this case, with 2 strikes.
Soft line drive to right, base hit.
Let's check the starting defense for the Rays. Out in left field, Johnny Field, Malik Smith in center, Carlos Gomez, the very animated Carlos Gomez in right, Matt Duffy at third, Hideni Hechavarria, shortstop Daniel Robertson and C.J. Cron on the right side, Wilson Ramos catching Chris Archer tonight for the Rays.
Here is Jeimer Candelario in the 2 spot again tonight for the Tigers. 1 for 3 in the ball game last night. Jeimer had a big single in the 9th inning in which the Tigers scored 2 and had the bases loaded with 2 outs and a ground ball by Machado into the game. But as we have seen many times this year, a scrappy bunch.
Would not expect Martin to be on the move on a straight steal. He may go with cover, meaning Candy would swing the bat and try and put it in play while he's on the move.
High fly ball, that's into right field and playable. Carlos Gomez under it, and out is Candelario. By the way, if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow. Get a free small order of
coffee.
No, try again. Curly fries.
Arby's Jr.
No, curly fries.
Can't beat the Arby's Jr. with the Arby's sauce.
A lot of good stuff on the menu there.
Yeah, West Branch, Michigan. Hit it right on the way up. Bloop, off and on.
What was that sound effect? Yeah. What kind of car do you drive to make that kind of sound effect?
Truck.
Oh. Swing and a miss by Castellanos.
I know we have some viewers that listen in from up there in northern Michigan and the Upper Peninsula. Hopefully the ice comes off the lakes this week. This should do it. Hopefully the wind isn't too cruel while that's happening.
0-1 pitch, a stroke in the air to center field. Malik Smith going back. And there are 2 gone down, a couple of fly ball outs.
Got it in on him a little bit. You can see that Archer's going to try and place the fastball in on many of the Tiger hitters. He's got it up and in to Nick right here. Nick tried to hit the sweet spot of the bat. You can see it's off the label. Shatters that bat. That's an ash bat. So it won't cut in half, but it's splintered.
Here is Victor Martinez, the DH. He was 1 for 4 in the ball game last night, delivered a huge 2-run single in the ninth. Little chopper knocked down by Archer. And that is that for the Tigers. No runs. A leadoff single is stranded. We go to the second.
Can't make as many mound visits, so you want to be in communication with each other. James McCann, Matt Boyd. A little something to discuss. Now, maybe they have already done that had they don't have the 6-trip limit. But different ways that you have to stay in tune with each other. So, looked like James had something to say to Matt. They'll be ready to roll. That was at the end of the first inning.
Wilson Ramos hammers the first pitch, but right at Jacoby Jones.
Did you see that? That's right kind of between the stanchion of the lights. There's darkness, and then there's a little thing you can see where Jacoby is bright lights, and this is a bullet. Lucky it wasn't knuckling. He would have had a hard time seeing that, but he puts her away.
It's a little bit unnerving.
Well, if it disappears, it is. You got to get your face out of the way.
Here is Daniel Robertson. Rays, for the most part last night, were shut down by Jordan Zimmerman, but they still remain one of the better hitting teams in the major leagues. They're third in hitting in the majors. Robertson was 0 for 4 in last night's game, but his on base percentage is .476, which is really good. Two balls, one strike on Robertson. Three and one.
Tight zone right there. It looks like Tigers wanted that pitch. Jordan Zimmerman yesterday, 2-hitter, 7 innings pitched, a walk and 5 Ks.
Popped straight up, middle of the infield, and Machado makes the play. 2 gone.
Now time for the Lowe's whole team together. Highest batting average since April 16th, Tampa Bay. They've really been raking. Tigers not bad themselves. You can see Houston, Boston, Chicago.
The Rays coming into the series have won 4 consecutive series now. They had the 8-game winning streak. And that hit him.
Looked like he swung at it.
Gomez will take his base. It was pretty close.
Well, he started to move forward, but you cannot challenge this. No, he stopped it. Kind of dove right into it. Hit him in the back leg. Gomez will go.
Rays have their first base runner. Here's Rob Refsnyder.
Matthew Boyd has a really good move. He's going to throw over there a few times.
Gomez is one of 7 actives that has at least 100 homers and 200 stolen bases. And there he goes. Can's throw is going to bounce in, not in time. Stolen base.
Gomez got the perfect pitch. Looked like something off speed. Guessed right. I'm surprised Matt didn't throw over there one time. No chance of getting him. He's got good technique. He gets a big lead. He gets a great jump, and he's fast.
Third of the year for Gomez. Now a scoring chance. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Refsnyder is out of there. Second strikeout of the ball game for Matt Boyd.
Archer, most hits allowed this season, leads the league with 41. That's uncharacteristic for him, but he's experienced a tough beginning of the season.
Archer goes to work now against Jacoby Jones, who looks at a strike.
Hope the Tigers continue that hit barrage.
Archer has that devastating slider, which he loves to throw. He added some martial arts in the offseason, some of his workouts to help with his balance, and that is critical for pitchers. 1-2.
Really, it's critical for anybody.
Yeah, hitters too.
Yeah, it's just balance is good, core work is good. You do it the right way.
The 1-2. It'll go foul to third base.
You didn't want to say it, did you?
Little number?
Foul number.
Foul number.
1 and 2.
Archer made 34 starts last year. That tied him with Kevin Gausman for the most in the American League.
Jacoby getting lots of sliders. There's another one.
Down he goes.
High gas. Chase.
First strikeout for Archer. And he'll bring up Nico Goodrum.
He was looking for the slider. Got the express up and away. You hope that you can just foul that pitch off, but it was a well-designed at-bat sequence from Archer and Ramos. Got Jacoby down in strikes.
Nico Goodrum looks at ball one. When you face a guy like Archer that has that devastating slider, and he threw it a lot last year to record or finish off strikeouts. The 1-0. How do you approach a guy like that?
Well, I'll tell you what, last year he threw it more than he had in his career. 40%, almost 41%. He's throwing it almost 45% this year. So again, if you can recognize it, elevation off the plate outside if you're a lefty, and see it coming, breaking over the heart of the plate, you want to get that one. The one that he's throwing down in the dirt that's going underneath the hands, those are tough.
Yeah. 3-1 on Nico.
So he's looking, looked like he was taken all the way, but when you look slider and he throws a ball right there with that location, it's by you before you know. You can't swing at it.
Draws the walk. First of the ball game now for Archer. As you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moments later in tonight's game.
Something will come up. We'll get on it, give it to you. Need a big Tiger moment. Big blow.
Here's McCann.
Get on top of these Rays. Both bullpens are in better shape tonight.
Rays did not have their closer Colomé available in last night's game, and it almost cost them. Ball one. Mack was over 4 last night. He sits safely in 9 of his last 11. In on his hands, and a soft liner hit to Echeverria. 2 gone.
See the Tigers take on the Tampa Bay Rays tomorrow at 1:10 p.m. Enjoy great savings with the weekday value pack. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 chips, and 4 pops for as little as $18 per person. For tickets, go to tigers.com/value.
Well, tomorrow's temperature is supposed to be mid-70s, so perfect.
Suntan.
Here's Iglesias. .95 there from Archer.
He's got good stuff.
Rays had a bit of a makeover in the offseason. Evan Longoria going to the National League. Corey Dickerson was let go. He's with the Pirates now. And Jake Odorizzi is with the Minnesota Twins.
Umpire called time. Marvin Hudson, and Archer went ahead and threw it. Looked like he could have stopped, but some guys like to go through and throw it.
Chopper back to the mound. It's going to be Archer. And Iglesias is out. No runs. They're going to walk and leave a man. 2 in the books.
Down in the Rays dugout. Apparently a very good bubblegum bubbler. And yeah, okay. All right. That's good. Well, that guy's having fun, and so are we here with Craig Monroe joins us in the booth for a couple of innings tonight. Simo, the last start for Matt Boyd, not really quite as good as his first couple of starts, but tonight looks like he's got everything working.
Well, his last start, Mario, guys, he wasn't healthy. He was under the weather a little bit. And we know that when you're under the weather, you're not as strong as you need to be. And he looks very strong tonight. He's attacking the strike zone. Matt Boyd's been the most consistent starter this year.
Yeah, he really has. And the Tigers, of course, have gotten some pretty good starts under their starting staff. I mean, they've been top 5 in the American League for most of the first month of the year.
I like that they're staying on the attack. They're putting the hitter on the defense, and they're doing it quite often.
Michael Fulmer, he'll throw tomorrow.
Little chopper to the right side. Good run, and it's going to be not in time. How about Malik Smith just laying out there and coming up with an infield hit?
A little tuck and glide there, Simo.
Yeah, it was. He was picking him up, putting him down.
Yeah, Matt, I think did he hesitate just a little bit? About a 3.87 right here. Good slide to the outside part of the bag, and he beats him.
Never really liked the hit first slide to first, Gibby.
You know, Sparky used to find Chet Lemon all the time, and Chet did it almost every time.
I don't like it at first base, and I don't like it, Mario, at home plate.
Really?
Yeah, those are just, you can get hurt. And you're so valuable. You're so valuable to a team, and you don't want to get hurt that way.
He's got to throw over here several times. Matt's got a great move. Give him the weak one right here.
Oh, they got to hurry up. Good run. Took too much time, and Smith will steal it. He was picked off, and he still stole it.
Yeah, when you're the first baseman here, you got to come get that ball. You got to get inside, and Smith had a great jump. Watch how Nico, he's right there. He's just kind of standing there. You got to start walking towards that ball. You could clearly see he had a huge jump. And you got to make a throw if you can right down there. He got down there. I had him at 3.8, 3.87 on the number. I mean, I didn't time that. That's quick.
Field showing bunt.
He got there quick. As low 3s. 6 stolen base this season, and he'll go from here.
Running like you run, Gibby.
Or used to.
Or the way you used to run.
Remember when I became a coach, you remember the day we ran the bases?
Oh, yes, I do.
So wouldn't you know it, we're running, and I'm leading the running. We started running doubles out, and I pulled a calf muscle. But I couldn't quit.
Absolutely not.
So I ran the whole thing, triples, home runs, had a blown calf.
Showed us how to go in hard at second base, the old Gibby way.
The half slide.
You know, coming up, you're going in. Gibby goes in. He goes. You got to, when you get down in there, see, you got to pop up and get him out of the way.
Half roll, yeah.
It's a little half roll, right?
Get in his way. You don't want him to step across.
Not allowed today, gentlemen.
Not allowed.
Not allowed today.
Those days are over, Gib.
No, you know the other rule that they're going to take care of too. They're going to have more protection, not less.
Tyrus used to go into second base pretty hard. Here's the 2-1 pitch.
We were in the playoffs in '87 against Toronto, and Bill Matlock went down there and got Tony Fernandez. I mean, he went way out of the line. He clearly should have been out, and he upended him, and he came down and his elbow hit where the cutout was on the turf. It was a 2x4. He broke his elbow up bad, and that was. But you know, those things happen. Not trying to do that, but you are trying to stop the double play.
Ground ball to third off Candelario.
Nope.
Not going to have a play. And so there are 2 men on now with nobody out.
Yeah, Candy here, guys. That ball bounces up on him, takes a bad hop. Tried to kept it in front of him, but it obviously hit off his, looked like his belly there, and went to the left towards the shortstop and just not able to make the play.
Yeah, and you know, That's pretty quick. They call it the hot corner down there. Hopefully you're able to read it and make a move and get a better hop. But it did take a little bit of a jump. I didn't know, did it hit the lip?
I'm not sure if it hit the lip or not.
But it hit something, because it did not give him a true hop. And ate him up. Smartly holds on to it.
They've ruled it a base hit. So a couple of hits now, a couple of infield hits for the Rays. And they've got Echeverria coming up there now.
So this is kind of what happened to Matt last time. Now, where do you go from here? You know, let's minimize the damage. Can't walk anybody. And a tough count here, 2-0.
Boyd allowed the 3-run homer to Jose Osuna in that start against the Pirates.
Gonna try and get a little change up right here. Something off speed, get that roll over. Double play.
Two and one.
Something off speed, looks like a change up.
I like that pitch there, though, Gibby. You know, in 2-0, hitters are aggressive. We're looking to get the bat hit out in front. And it's easy for a pitcher to pull the string and get you out on that front foot. Would have liked to see him roll over there to the shortstop or the third base and turn this double play.
Absolutely. Chris Bazio, what's he thinking right now?
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss.
Change up heater. Evens the count, 2-2.
Where did it go from 2-0 being a fastball count automatically to it being an off-speed count?
Well, I believe guys started getting ambushed because they just land that 2-0 fastball in there. And guys are not missing it at this level. I just feel like now it's just so vital to a pitcher's success to have confidence to throw their secondary pitches in fastball counts.
The leagues, the splitting of the leagues or combining of the leagues kind of had something to do with it too. It used to be the National League threw more fastballs and the umpires, I think, called more low pitches. And in the American League, they had a different standard. But when they combined the umpires, things started to become more similar.
I did notice when I played in National League, though, I would get more 2-0 fastballs, 3-1 fastballs.
Rolled toward third base. Candy goes to second. One relay to first is not in time.
Good check it. Got down that line. Good hustle. Candy was in between here, I think. Did he go touch the bag here? But no, he's got his feet set up. Turns it over to second. Machado. It's pretty tight, but I don't think they're going to review it.
Nope, they waved it off. It'll put runners at first and third, one out. And now C.J. Cron, who hit the big home run in the ninth inning last night. What do you make of this offense here, Simo, and the Rays? I mean, this is a collection of guys without Longoria, without Dickerson from a year ago, and I think they've opened up some eyes here.
They truly have. I was talking to Kevin Cash, their manager, yesterday, and he just said that he allows these guys to be themselves, show personality, have fun. He says between the white lines, just get after it for him, and that's exactly what this Rays team is doing.
Well, they started so poorly but didn't fold the 10th. They were 1-8, and since then they are 12-6. Hit that ball straight up.
Boy, you want it, Simo?
No, I'll let Iggy have this one.
And there are two gone now as Cron pops up.
You guys are trying to catch me with my glasses on again. Simo, did you see that?
Yeah, that's a big league pop-up right there, though.
That is.
What do you got on those pink glasses, by the way?
I don't know about these pink. I mean,
Put
it would go well with my outfit today. They'll
Look
give
perfect.
I mean, oh my goodness, I can't even see in these things. It definitely goes well with the shirt, though. Dude.
No, but how about here? This is what I'm talking about.
Oh,
that's
wow.
fashion points right
now
there.
These, my friend,
Hope I didn't give you a cold.
Well, with 2 gone now, here is Duffy.
Now you got to finish it off.
It'll dive in for a strike. Duffy struck out in the first inning. Boyd ready with the 0-1. Instead, he'll go to first.
You notice Matt Boyd, he went quick to first base. He lifts that leg high. Smith may try to go from third base really quickly. So if you do that big sneaky throw over there, that third base runner can break.
Here's the 0-1. Slap foul, 0-2.
Look at Duffy right there, Simo. He's not trying to pull it all. He struck out the first time.
That was my approach, though, Gibby, against left-handers. I wasn't afraid of them coming inside or beat me with the fastball because most left-handers are not overpowering. I would always think right center, stay on the baseball, because if they hung that breaking ball or that changeup, I felt like they would speed my bat up and I'd catch it out front. Good things happen when you catch that ball out front.
Yeah, but up and in's tough. They get it. If you get it down more, did you have an easier time getting to it?
Yeah, I liked it down a little bit more.
Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Boyd comes back nicely.
That's nice. That's right on the hands. Right, can't get to it.
Ray Strand pair. Well, we talked about celebrations in last night's game. We'll continue that conversation. What do you think of this? We'll find out next.
And some. That is 3-year-old Lennox Salcido of Walnut, California. The coaches were trying to encourage him to run hard to home plate. He wanted to take his time and celebrate the moment. Would Kirk Gibson know anything about what it was like to celebrate a moment like that? I'm wondering. I'm just throwing it out there.
Look at the fist pumps, boy, and he's so exhausted he had to fall down.
You think Lennox got one in the ribs the next time he came on?
Wow.
That's probably T-ball, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah.
It didn't hurt.
Risking the ire of everybody else in the 3-year-old Little League.
Well, if it's coach pitch, man, it could happen. There's a ball outside to Machado.
Happen.
Machado, Martin, Candelario here. There's Carlos Gomez, and of course, he had a celebration that many found Offensive might be a strong word. They just didn't like it. And I know, Simo, where you stand on this, you think it's a good part of the game, and you think showing personality is a good thing.
I really do. I just think that we just got to get with the new age. These guys like to show their personalities. There's so many times that everybody's asked or expected to do things the same way, and we're all different. We were all raised different. You know, I like hip-hop music. I know now that my good friend Mario likes some Kendrick Lamar. I mean, well, Gibby, what kind of music? I don't know what kind of music Gibby listens to. Gibby listens to
rocker.
Little rocker. See, you know, so we're all different. So we all have different personalities, and I think it's important that the fans get to see those personalities.
Rock and hardcore punk.
Oh, some hardcore punk.
Yeah.
Well, here's the Gomez thing.
It's gone.
Tongue out. But here's the capper.
Oh, that's the Ray Lewis.
Ray
You don't remember
Lewis.
the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
Ray Lewis? That's the famous Ray Lewis dance move there. And I absolutely loved it. Now, Gomez is a different cat, though. You know, he's going to take it as far as he can take it. And I don't think that's the way to do it. But if he enjoys it and it's just how he plays the game, then oh, wait.
I'll tell you what. You're going to get after him and open your mouth. He'll bring it. No, he's not backing down.
He's not backing down. It's so funny because I was talking to him yesterday, guys, and I asked him, I said, Carlos, come on. Like, what are you doing? He goes, nobody says anything when the pitchers pump their fists after a big out. I watched Craig Kimbrell punch me out. He fist pumping the whole way off the mound. He said, but when I get him, I got to let him know.
That's a good point. It is a good point.
I thought it was valid. And he said, if they want to hit me, he understands.
Here is Candelario.
Again, you hit him, you never know how he might react. He's got enough old school in him that he's going to protect himself.
Well, I can pretty much tell you how he's going to react. You're going to have to deal with him.
He's going to come at you.
He is definitely coming at you. Yes, he is.
Pulled to the right side, knocked down by Crone. They'll shovel to first.
Oh, that's just an old pick-the-stick point for me.
Oh, man, I see where you're going.
Error. See that?
No. That's a knock.
See how quick Sebo hurt his neck looking up
I
there.
did. I had to go check that. I mean, that's a knock.
This is a bullet right here.
Anytime they leave their feet right, you got to get a knock on that.
Well, you never know, though, especially when you're begging for points.
I am begging right now. Trying to catch Mario's got 78 points on me.
Yeah, believe me, you'll be there.
Yeah.
At some point this season.
I'm just coming off a sprained ankle. I'm going to get sneaking up on you. Tough start.
I have to admit, guys, I love pick the stick. It is competitive. It's fun.
We got after Mr. Keating a little bit today.
Y'all did.
Watch it. See, he's listening. The birdie's he's listening too.
He's ready to chirp in right now. He's ready right now. He can't contain himself right now. He is ready right now, guys, to chirp in.
I'm listening.
President Keating, he taps our lines.
We worked Kathy and Pembe into the
Yeah, we did.
into the
Now,
competition.
Keats, serious business.
And I could see her rolling her eyes at home, too.
Yeah, happy that you got her in there, wasn't she, Mario?
2-0 Castellanos.
Keats, no, seriously, I want to see the accounting on that strikeout.
Oh, that part of it.
Now, I know you
won't
laughed
let
it
it
off.
go.
But I'm
Move
serious.
on. Move on.
No, that's another point for me. Did you hear what happened?
Oh, I watched it live.
That's right. Yeah. Conveniently called me late.
Well, what happened was it was game 2 of the doubleheader, and it was a straight doubleheader, so there wasn't a whole lot of time between game 1 and
was
game 2.
screening his calls again.
Yeah.
That's not true.
They
I was
couldn't get a
ready.
hold of Gibby. And so by
I
the time they
have
got a hold of
evidence.
him, he said Martin, and Martin had already struck out.
We talked to your people, and they couldn't get a hold of you, Gibby.
You know that's not true. I was on point.
Uh-oh.
Pull down the left field line. That's going to get down, go to the wall.
Come on.
Will he get a run in? Candelario coming to third. They're going to send him home. And here's the throw to the plate. Cut off. Nick will be thrown out at third base. The run scored before the throw out at third. So Castellanos gets a double in RBI. We'll relook at that play when we come back. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire.
in the corner by Nick Castellanos. Here you got play is right in front of you. Everybody, it's right in front of you. There goes Jamer. He's on his way. Now, as soon as you get to the base, he's looking here at his third base coach. He's gone. Nick got the play right in front of him. You don't need a base coach. Go ahead and let it run. Now, this ball's coming in here. You got a cutoff man. Simo, tell me what read you're making.
Oh, right away, Gib, I'm going to stay. That play's in front of me. And I've got Victor Martinez hitting behind me. He's got, what, 13 RBIs. He's an RBI guy. So I got to give him a chance with 2 outs there to maybe drive me in.
Well, I mean, there is a time when you would concede a out for a run. However, probably in the bottom of the third. So I was always taught, and again, I don't know what the policy is or what they're doing here, but generally you don't want to make that first out at third,
right,
or that third out at third, because if you make the first out, you've got a high probability from second. I mean, I think it's almost 50–60% to score. The third out, you want to let your guy get a chance to hit you and because you're in scoring position. And that's a general rule, I think, around baseball.
I agree.
And now, if you know you can make it, you go. But, you know, Nick right there, great job of hitting, got it down in the corner. And I think he thought he was going to airmail it all the way to home, and he thought he could sneak in there at third. But if you go, you got to make it, right?
You have to make it.
Yeah, because he's trying to be aggressive. He's trying to do good. There have been many plays this year where that has happened, and they didn't get thrown out, and nobody even noticed.
Right. And Gibby also said that he's not I'm sorry, Gardenhire said that he's not going to fault a guy for hustling and trying to take the extra base. And I think that was Nick's mindset. He was trying to get to third base, but we're just going to have to be smarter in making decisions. But I like the aggressiveness.
Popped up, shallow right field. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Castellanos. And that is one gone. That'll bring up Carlos Gomez.
Little extra expression there. Apologize for that.
That happens occasionally, right? Gibby, when you get one right down the middle and you pop it up, there's some words that come out that just are not.
That are better suited for locker rooms.
They are better suited for the locker room.
Here is Gomez. Hit by a pitch. Stole the base in the second. Tigers lead 1-0. We're in the 4th inning. And that's flared to right field. Here comes Nick on the run. It'll drop, base hit. 2 on now with 1 out.
Hey, Tiger fans, if you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app and take Fox Sports Detroit and Tigers baseball with you wherever you go. Made available by T-Mobile.
That is the 4th hit of the game now for the Rays. That'll bring up Rob Refsnyder.
In trouble again here, make it your double play. And if you're in the outfield right here, you want to make sure the ball goes to the wall. You want to take your time, pick it up, hit your cutoff man. We got to just watch it in a replay by the Rays that worked out. They did the cut and got Nick at third. Always trying to minimize the damage.
Rays have had guys on base in scoring position each of the last 3 innings. Here's the 50th pitch of the night from Matt Boyd. And it's sliced to center field, a base hit. Martin will charge. They're going to try and score the runner. Here's Martin's throw to the plate. It's going to be in plenty of time. They tried to run on Martin.
Oh my.
And he was out by a mile.
It's not Gibby out there. That's Martin. Tell him, Simo.
Well, the ball was hit extremely hard, guys. Up the middle. We know that Martin has a cannon for an arm, and it was on display. That's an outstanding throw there. One hopped it right to McCann, and he gets his man.
Watch Matt Quatraro here, the third base coach. It really wasn't a very demonstrative waving around.
Guys,
Yeah.
I love that. I loved throwing out guys at home plate.
Oh, I can imagine.
Or in the base. It's almost like hitting a home run. It's like, okay, you want to chest my arm, go for it. And when I'm a one-hop it, give me one hop, skip it to the bag, and I'm going to get you.
Yeah, well, Martin, known for a good arm. He enjoys throwing the baseball like I enjoyed running the bases. You know, it's just his strength. It's a gift. And, you know, when you have a strong arm like that, you do have to learn how to corral that beast, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. That was going to be my next point. You know, yes, when you have a good arm, you like to use it, but you have to be smart about it. You have to make sure when you throw the baseball in, you have to keep it down. Give the guys in the infield a chance to cut it off if it needs to be cut.
That was the 52nd assist for Martin since 2013, which is 4th most in the majors. So people know he can throw.
Call him Lenny, don't they? That
They
his
do.
nickname?
And here is Smith now waiting on an 0-2. Swing and a miss. Smith is out. Boyd again pitching around trouble thanks to Martin. When we come back, we'll talk some base running. 1-0 Tigers.
This is one of the base running things that I've seen really positive. Candy there with the hook slide on the inside. Last night, this is Jacoby Jones on the outside. Nice low leg, Simo. How does he stay on there? But we've made some mistakes tonight. But these are two examples recently where we've done a good job. These are things that make you safe or out. Maybe they got you, but you do the swim or you do the hook. Not many people can do that hook. Where did Candy and Jacoby learn how to do that?
That's just sheer athleticism giving.
But
that was tough for me to do. I know you tried to work on that with us when you
pop up.
The pop up and trying to do the hook slide, and I just was never able, Mario, to do the hook slide. Going straight into the base and I can pop up, but that's
so
it.
there is an aptitude for it that
yeah, it is.
Some guys maybe have and some guys don't.
It really is. And I wasn't that flexible either. These guys are flexible. They stretch. I wasn't flexible at all.
So in your daily routine, okay, a spring training routine, it all has to add up to 100%. You work on your hitting and your defense. Give me what percentages? Hitting, how much?
I worked on my hitting probably 65, 70% of the time.
And how much defense?
And defense, the rest of it.
How about base running?
Very rarely that we work on base run.
Yeah,
I won't say zero.
So that's
because we did run the bases. You know, you did that. But I enjoyed playing defense. Obviously, we all enjoy hitting.
Well, sure.
But nobody likes base running.
Yeah, it's kind of, well, Gibby did. But
Gibby loves base running. Listen, Gibby loves base running. Guys, I got so many stories about Gibby getting on to us in 2003 about base running and how we didn't run the bases hard and we didn't go into second hard. You could take that guy out. Oh, it was nonstop, but he was passionate about it, and I loved it.
Was it exhausting?
Well, let me say.
It was a little bit exhausting, though.
Yeah, well, I got to harden you up a little bit. You know, the marshmallows, you roast them, right?
Yeah.
You don't just eat them plain.
That was him. We used to call Gibby the enforcer.
Got to make them a little tastier. Yeah, well, you know, just like most of my career, I got put in that position.
Yep.
And I took the heat.
You had to take the heat.
C.J. Crone handles this one, and Vimart is now one gone. But it's a good point, though, Gibby. I mean, everybody really talks about how much time you spend on hitting and defense, and base running can be a difference maker sometimes in games.
But let me ask you another question. If you broke down the actual data of hitting, defense, and base running, what would the numbers be? Where they can figure out exactly how you're going to win a game, percentage-wise. Let's say it's 30. Let's say it's 40, 30. Let's say it's 40, 40, and 20, or it's 45, 40, and 15. So I'm just saying, it's a way. You hit a 3-run homer, beautiful. You're going to win most of those games.
Yes.
Okay. But I'm talking about games where you're scrapping. You got somebody nasty on the mound. That little trick slide right there, that little breaking up with a double play, that making a good turn with that outside foot off the inside, that good. I mean, I'm so into the secondary leads. You know, you got to have the foot off the ground. That's when it adds up. So look, it's funny, but it's how you win championships in my book. I mean, I was good, but I wasn't that good. I trying to make myself better the day I retired.
Doing all the little things.
Well, it helps. I mean, okay, how many? Name me one guy you played against. This is a take and strike. I thought it was a ball. Who's the best player you ever played against? Just give me one of them.
The best player I ever played against? The best player I ever played against? I'm going to say Derek Jeter.
Oh, how do you neutralize Jeter? It's like, look at it in basketball. Well, but I mean, remember the play in the World Series? Was it the World Series he made where he came across against Oakland?
A's? No, that was the CS.
Okay, who makes that play? Nobody had ever seen it. It's just a pure instinctual little extra piece that he influenced that. They went to the World Series and won that year, did they not?
See, that's pretty good because he didn't know you were going to pick Derek Jeter. He had that one example just sitting there. That's pretty good.
He's a baseball guy. Yeah. I mean,
I'm digging, trust me. But if you think it's intense now, but Simo is accurate. I mean, it was tough. I mean, I overdid it at times. Simo and I got into it one day in the dugout, and it was too much. But I was passionate, and Simo come back at me, and look at us now.
Then we're just hanging out.
We'll get more Simo and Gibby stories when we come back. Still 1-0 Tigers.
are trying to figure stuff out. Look at these plays in this game tonight. Malik Smith comes. We don't execute it perfect. He makes it to second. Here's the play with Nick. We score a run. Good cutoff by Tampa. Nick makes a mistake in that he's out. Okay, he's trying to be aggressive. But had he stayed at second, maybe you get a base hit and we get another run. So these are like, I'm not saying it's easy or I'm right. I'm not trying to be right or wrong. I'm just merely trying to, when you watch a game, there's so many little things that go on. And people say it's boring. I mean, we just throw a lot at you just in an inning right there. And the better that the better that you do it, the more games you're going to win. And how many guys did it take you? I mean, you know, you just listen and you watch and you pick a little bit off of certain people. Some guys you don't, right, Simo?
Right. There's no question.
That's all I'm doing. I'm just, hey, it may not be for you, but when I look at the game, and it's easy for me. I'm sitting here. I got no uniform on. And I totally respect these guys, but they're busting their tails.
Well, because you understand that it's not easy.
I'm not trying to minimize any bit of their effort.
Absolutely.
Just trying to point out, when we get the world championship, that play right there could win it for you.
It could possibly win the game.
I'm done.
Meanwhile, Boyd has just struck out field. Well, I want to ask you about that because, you know, in that Castellanos play, I mean, he's looking at the outfielder. He's looking at the cutoff man. He's at game speed rounding the bag. I mean, you've got to make these decisions instantaneously, too, don't you? So it's somewhat difficult.
Well, you know, it is. And again, not picking on Nick, but you just have to, you got to pay attention to the play. You got to read it. I thought he read it well. I don't know if he noticed that C.J. Cron snuck in and was the second cutoff man on the relay from the left fielder there, deep. I mean, that ball was way down in the corner, and I thought Crony did a good job of cutting it off and getting Nick at third base.
Meanwhile, the Rays just continue to hit. That is a single for Echeverria.
Bleeder.
And the Rays now continue to put base runners on.
Well, you can tell right away, Mario, what the approach that the Tampa Bay Rays are taking today. They're staying up the middle. They know that Boyd's not going to overpower them. He's been changing speeds. He's been using both sides of the plate. He does have that nice little 12-6 breaking ball that he likes to use. So they've pretty much committed to staying through the big part of the field.
C.J. Cron stepping in now. The Rays have 6 hits, all singles. Cron came up there with a big at bat, and the third runners at first and third, one out, and he popped up. One. CJ's dad Chris played in the major leagues very briefly with both the Angels and the White Sox, and CJ was a former first-round pick of the Angels. He's got power. We saw it last night. Ball high. Cron now has 5 home runs in his last 8 games. Echeverria has not stolen in this game, or on the season, I should say. They do have a steal. Gomez swiped back in the second, and Malik Smith got one an inning later.
So Simo, you played a lot of right field, right?
Yes, I did.
So what are you thinking right now? You're out there in right field. I know you're talking to the fans in between, but I'm just saying.
I'm going to try to get to this ball quick. If it's hit to me, I'm going to try to cut this guy, Echeverria, from going first to third on me. But now with 2-2 count, given the fact that what he looks like he's staying away from Cron, maybe I'm probably going to cheat a little bit towards the line a little bit more and maybe come in a step.
Going to shade it a little bit?
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Threw it away, but Goodrum will run it down. Nico getting another start at first base tonight for Cabrera. 2-2 on C.J. Cron. So as an outfielder, you're not only playing the hitter, you're also playing the count as well.
Yeah, because with 2-2, guys are taught to let the baseball get deep. So a lot of times they're going to get jammed, or they might not get it right off the barrel. So there's going to be that little lazy blooper of right field. Now you have to respect Cron's power. We saw him go opposite field yesterday, but I was comfortable going back, Mario. So for that reason, I could cheat in a little bit to take away that base hit.
Little squibber to the right side. It's going to go to the outfield grass. Base hit. It gets by Machado, and to third base goes Echeverria.
Here is Chevrolet's most dependable player. There you got it. Lowest opponent batted balls in play this season, minimum 4 starts. Matthew Boyd, look at tucked in there at 5th. Batted balls in play, that's the batting average on balls in play. I think the league average is usually around 300. So well beyond that, Matthew Boyd.
So is there something to that metric that says it may even out later in the season?
Well, I think they predict that it is what it is over time. So if you had a 5-year career and you saw a trend, it would be a predictor of where it could go. Is that what you're saying, Brian?
Yes.
Yeah. So you might, if you see a trend on the field happening, you might have a quicker hook.
Tying run at third now for Matt Duffy. 1 out. Check swing roller toward first. Goodrum fires to second. There's one. Relay not in time. And the tying run will score. It is a 1-1 ball game.
That's a tough play here for Nico. He has to come in and get it. You know, in that play there, you want to try and get turning before you get to the ball. But number 1 rule is the defense is to catch the ball, and he did that. Tigers get an out, but the Rays get a run. We're tied at 1 here in the top of the 5th.
Here is Ramos. He extended his hitting streak to 10 in a row with a single in his last at bat.
If you go back to that play there with Nico at first base, that's a tough play to turn a double play on.
Yeah, it is.
It's a tough ball.
Yeah, and he hasn't played a ton over
and he
there.
hasn't played a ton of that. So I like the fact that he got it out.
Yeah, I do too.
And now it has to be a double. You know, Ramos here has to hit a double to get the run in now from first base, opposed to a guy sitting at second and a single will score him. So you love that he got the lead running there.
I'd be a little deeper right here to make sure he got 2 outs. You could cut him down, and you want to be able to get that gap.
Yeah, you also want to be able to get to the ball in a timely fashion and get rid of it and get it back towards the infield to prevent that run from scoring.
That's deep out there, so I mean, you can see we've got this covered in here pretty good. Ramos, he can hit it out there. So, we're just kind of talking about what we do out there. Definitely make him try and get 2 hits to score that runner on first.
A few of the Tigers are out early today and taking ground balls around first base, among them Goodrum, who knew that he would get the start tonight. And took some extra grounders. Here's the 1-2. Instead, he'll go back to first.
Simo, did you take Fungos out in the outfield almost every day?
I did. I made that a priority. I did. I would take Fungos every day, either before I hit or after I hit. I would get Juan Samuel, who was the third base coach at the time when I was here, and yes, he would hit me Fungos. And even when you go to different ballparks, and you gotta figure out what kind of ricochets the wall's going to have on it, like how the ball's going to play off the wall. I remember going to Boston. Boston Fenway's a tough place to play, so I would get out there early, guys, early, and take balls off that green monster and figure out, okay, if it hit high, is it going to go right? Is it going to bounce off right? Is it going to ricochet off left? And you just have to figure out all these things so you're very comfortable in the game.
That's one of the funner stadiums. Now here's Nick Castellanos today. This is, we still get in here around 3 o'clock, not much after the team comes out and stretches. Just nice and relaxed, loose, just looking the ball in your glove. I always like that glove out to the side, because if it takes Al Kaline taught me that if it takes a tough bounce on you, you have the ability to change and adjust to a bad hop. Line drives out to the side so you don't lose sight of it. 82 pitches, or 74 pitches, I'm sorry, from Matt Boyd right now. Looks like he's struggling a little bit. He's had a couple, 2-3 innings here where he's had to deal with runners. And happened in the third, happened in the fourth, and now here we are in the fifth. They did get 1 run. So these are higher leverage innings when you're thinking about.
But he hasn't let the game speed up on him, though, Gib. He's been able to keep limited damage.
Pull down the left field line. That ball is hooking foul.
And again, that's what you look for. That ball there out front, not hanging pitches. If they start hanging pitches, those are indicators of maybe I need to get somebody up. But so far, Matt Boyd's thrown a pretty darn good game compared to the last game. Here's our Xfinity high-speed pitch. 93 the high, low of 72 for Matt Boyd.
He also does a really good job of changing eye levels, guys. You'll see him elevate a fastball, and then you'll see him throw that breaking ball at the bottom of the strike zone.
Meanwhile, Ramos continues to battle. He is at 452 over his last 10 games.
Look at that sky, Simo.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Get pretty soon what you're thinking about the outfield. What are you saying?
You already know what you're thinking. It's going to be tough to see.
Yeah, when that ball goes up, you want your infielders, your middle infielders, to point at the ball if you're an outfielder. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting there.
And another one back out of play.
Ramos has got big time pop.
Next pitch will be the 10th in this at bat. What time of the night was the most difficult in night games for the Sky in the summer? Early on?
No, for me it was around getting about this time right now. Yeah, because I play left field here, Mario, and you just couldn't see the baseball, so you would need the shortstop to run out and point out the ball to you.
Yeah.
Just so you would, obviously make the play.
Wheel of it at bat there by Ramos, a 10-pitch at bat and a base on balls.
Yeah, about 15 more minutes, I would say, that you get that. It's still light. I think you can see it. But again, I'm just thinking I'm acting like I'm in the outfield. Just for those of you that just watch the game, there's a lot goes on. Look, they're in there in the dugout, flashing signs out there right now, repositioning. You got 2 outs now. You could cheat in here.
Well, you want to do that too, Gibby, especially from a right fielder standpoint. You want to cheat in a little bit. You want to give yourself the best opportunity to throw out that runner at second base.
Yeah, and thing is, by now in the game, you've got a pretty good feel. Robertson's up. You kind of know that he doesn't have as much pop as certainly Ramos. So you sneak in a little bit. You try to get that blooper. Especially if you know that it's going to be inside. If you know it's going to be an inside fastball, you're thinking as a right fielder, I'm going to take that bloop. He gets jammed. I got to come and get it, don't you?
Absolutely.
Duffy at second and Ramos at first. The Rays have tied it up here. And he popped him up. Boyd calling for it, but here comes Nico. And Goodrum hauls it in. Rays tied up with a run, and it'll be James McCann to get it started for the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th. Bell Tire, for tires and auto service, everybody needs a Bell Tire guy. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Tigers and Rays, game 2 in the series, and we are tied at 1 run apiece. Bottom 3 coming up. It'll be James McCann to get things started, facing Chris Archer, who got the Tigers in order back in the 4th. 1-2-3. Castellanos an RBI double, scoring the Tigers' only run. Archer delivers ball 1 to McCann. Archer tonight with only 3 strikeouts. Last year he had 9 games of 10 or more strikeouts. Very talented right-hander, although his wins-loss record the last couple of years not been very good. But when you look at his other numbers, over 200 innings, 200 strikeouts, he really can't control wins and losses. Two 2-0 on McCann.
2-0. What are you looking at? Right down the middle?
Well, 2-0, I was
in?
a little bit in, but been a little bit more aggressive maybe right there, given the fact that he has an absolute wipeout slider. I don't want to fall behind the count.
Got a good call there. I got to get start getting the umpire data. Certain umpires have a tighter zone. Some's a little wider. Some call them a little higher.
Right back up the middle on 3-1. He bangs it to center field.
Well, we've been talking about a lot of sliders with Matt Boyd, how he's used it more. Well, Chris Archer, he likes the slider as well. He's had a good one. These are good ones. This is not in our games. Look at these are wipeout. Steve-O, you can't lay off that.
No, you can't lay off of it and you can't hit it.
But this is tonight. You're hoping that he hangs them. No, you'd like that.
Yeah, see, that's one over the middle of the plate where I feel like I can handle.
You know, you want to try and bang that. This is the one that Nick got. And actually, he hung a fastball right there to James McCann. He had a great approach and bullet up the middle. Bullet alert.
Line drive right up the middle. Doesn't get any better than that.
And Iglesias takes one in the dirt.
I'd like a hit and run right here, Simo. Let's take a look at the usage for Chris Archer. 45% on the season, 25% tonight. So he's gone to the heater.
He's going to heater 65%. He's trying to bullet these guys with a fastball today.
What do you think that is?
Well, I think he wants to establish that pitch. He really wants to establish that fastball early, and I think that's smart for a pitcher to do just that. Establish the fastball early. Establish it to both sides if you can.
Look at all that green grass out there.
And then throw that nasty slider.
Look at that, Simo. That center fielder cheating over there. Come on, Iggy, right up that gap. I love the hit and run right here. Look at this over here. Oh, whoops, that's my fault. That 3-4 hole is wide open.
Pulled foul.
We back-footed him there.
Yeah, he did. But I'm okay with that. It's a 2-0 count. Even though he's a little fella had some big, he's come up big with some big hits, but take a look at this swing. He can get the bat head out front. Boom, he gets it out front, heads down, hit against the firm front side. Just a little bit too quick.
That's perfect. You knew he was getting a fastball, and he wasn't going to waste anything on it. But they're expecting, this is a great shot here. I'm not going to draw now.
Fly ball in the air towards center field, playable. Malik Smith under it. One away. McCann retreats. Bring up Machado.
You know, you sit up here and I say, I'd like to see a hit and run here. It's so much different when you're in that dugout right there. Right. I'm telling you. Much easier.
When you're in the dugout in Arizona, game speed up. When you're a Diamondback manager, the game speed up on you a lot, given. Could it speed up?
It was faster than it was here sitting in the booth.
You have to make decisions right away.
Well, I tried to stay ahead of that.
How many innings ahead did you have to think?
At least it depends, I guess, on
what's happening with the game,
what inning you are.
Yeah.
What you got to think. What's my bullpen? My starter, is he on 3 days rest? Is he on 4 days? How's he throwing? Is his arm? His arm's hanging. He's got a cold. He's got the flu. The team as well. There's a history from the team. I mean, I've told the story before. I've told other managers. Sparky told me if I ever managed every inning when we go to commercial break, got to ask yourself 2 questions. What are you going to do if the first guy gets on? Number 2 question, what are you going to do if the second guy gets on? Now that takes away 2 situations of quickness, because you've got that figured out. It's 2 minutes and what, 25 seconds or so. So I figured that out then. So if that happens, that's easy, but then you still got to stay ahead once you do that.
Machado slicing one to right field. Foul.
And many decisions are contemplated in a dugout that never play themselves out.
How often did you lean on your bench coach?
I have a discussion. I'd be having a discussion there. I mean, you have so many random thoughts. You just throw them out and hear what anybody nibbles on it. As a bench coach, I was always ready in case I was asked. I never really pushed it.
Steve Little, the bench coach for the Tigers, and Ron Gardenhire. And I remember Leland always used to say that you guys have no idea how fast the game is down here. And when you're sitting on the couch or in the booth,
right,
you think about strategy, but it is 10 times at least faster down here. And he had Gene Lamont, who was a good friend of his, Leland did, and he would bounce things off him all the time.
Yeah, thinking about what do you see? Again, you're looking, Archer, as you're throwing the ball at both sides of the plate. If he's your pitcher, you see him coming out dotting at both sides with all of his pitches, and then all of a sudden he can only go to one side. That's an indicator. Let's look at the defense here. They're defending he's way over. He's where the line is right here.
There's a base hit to left field. Machado yanks it to the pull field, and the Tigers have 2 on.
Guys, for me, great at bat there by Dixon Machado. He got to 2 strikes, and he didn't panic, guys. He fouled off some good pitches. He stayed on the fastballs that were away. He was fouling them off towards the right field line. This puts you in a position to be able to hammer that breaking ball when he hangs it. He gets a pitch that he can handle. Archer speeds up his bat, and there you go. Base knock there for Dixon Machado. Outstanding in bat.
Now McCann, I could see it from here. I don't know if anybody noticed it. He actually froze on that line drive because you're on the diamond. You don't want to get doubled off there. Excellent base running by James. Stopped, sat down, read it, and then advanced once he knew it.
Martinez 1 for 2, a single and a line out to center.
Now this is where that fastball, high percentage of fastballs, is where it goes out the drain. You got first and second now with 1 out. He's looking for a ground ball. That was almost a balk.
Here's the 1-0. Drill to right field. This looks like trouble. That ball is down and to the wall. McCann scores. Here's Machado to third. They stop in there. Double RBI for Leonis Martin.
Well, he gets the head out, Martin, down into the corner. This is a really good look at Carlos Gomez. This is perfect. Sets himself up perfect. Reverse. Gets into the corner. This stops a run for the Tigers. And watch the relay throw. If this doesn't cut off, this is right on the money to the second cutoff man. Machado has to hold up. And Mr. Archer is not too happy. Hanger.
Kyle Snyder, the pitching coach, is out now for the Rays.
What you got on that, Simo? Anything you like?
Well, I love the way Gomez got himself in a position off the wall, in a position to throw the baseball. And I think it goes unnoticed. Those are the little small things that we're talking about. You're talking about base running, but on the defensive side, that is a small little thing. But he got himself, or he got around that baseball, Gibby. He got it to where he was already in his, almost in his throwing position when the ball came off the wall. That is an outstanding play by Carlos Gomez.
Yes, it was.
So now Jamer Candelario with the infield in for the Rays. Tigers have a 2-1 lead.
Now the Tigers have a decision. Do you send him here?
Well, for me, if I'm Candelario here, I have to look for a pitch up. With the infield in, I have to try to use the big part of the field. That would be left center, right center. And I'm trying to hit a fly ball to the outfield.
Strike one on Jamer.
Okay, here you see the infielders. They're going to be in. Okay. Now he's either going to read it and it goes through, or he's going to go on contact. Personally, I would go on contact, because if you got him, he moves over here. Still got a guy on third. So you got to walk down there and you got to be on the roll.
Oh, 2 on Jamer. Single, fly ball.
Now, I don't know, right here, maybe I could seed it out, get an extra run.
One and two. When would you normally play the infield in, Gibby? And obviously it depends on the scoring.
Yeah.
You know, but we're seeing more teams like in the first inning now playing the infield in.
Well, I tell you, most of the guys play them in right out of the first inning now. Depending on the pitcher, how well your offense is performing. So again, there's always factors what leads you to decide what you want to do.
I like that emergency hack there by Candelario. Gets himself another pitch. Hopefully Archer makes a mistake and he's able to come through here.
Tigers 2 runs on 6 hits, and the Rays a run on 7 hits. And again the 1-2. Low ball 2.
Chambers, he's a battler.
He's got a really good eye, Gibby. He got a good eye. He's laid off 2 really good sliders on the inner half that were downed. Trusts his hands with 2 strikes. Not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. That's important.
Up and in.
A little floater and foul ground. 2-2. The count stays on Jamer.
So now you're on second base. Leonis is on second. There's the go no go line, the red. Anything behind is go. So if there's a fly ball now, if the ball falls, you must score. So you're going to wait out in here. With nobody out, you almost immediately tag so you can advance on the tag to third. These are just little rules that you learn along the way.
That was the 25th pitch of the inning for Archer, and now he's gone 3-2.
You think Mr. Archer's thinking right here?
I think right now he's got a lot of trust in that slider. That's going to be his pitch of choice. Because if you're going to get beat, right, you want to get beat with your best pitch.
Well, he doesn't want to face Nick coming in. There it was.
There it was indeed. Called that one, and now 2 gone.
That's nasty. All those fastballs, you thinking about it, Simo had it right.
Well, you just know that he's looking fastball. He's already showed you that he has the ability to foul off your good pitcher's pitches. Well, I have with 3-2 count, you know that he's thinking he's going to get a strike. If I can start that slider in the zone, Mario, and allow it to break out of the strike zone, I've got a chance to put him away. Archer won that battle, but it's still a great bat for me from Candelario.
He had a base open, so you know he takes that. He's got a base open with 1 out, and they're looking for the double play. Now they just need to look for an out.
Swing and a miss, 0-1. So the infield back now with 2 outs. And Castellanos RBI double in the 4th.
Not a high percentage of sliders today. You got a couple guys in trouble. They brought out Mr. Snappy. Chris Archer did.
Oh, 2 now on Nicholas.
Guys, also notice here, you know, Nick has a little bit of a leg kick, but with 2 strikes, call these 2-strike adjustments. He will not pick that leg up as high. He'll try to keep it closer to the ground. Head doesn't move. This allows him to have more back control, see the baseball longer.
Oh, swing and a miss. Down he goes. Another nasty one there from Archer. 5 strikeouts. Simo, we will see you on postgame. Thanks,
All
buddy.
right, guys. No, always fun. Always fun, Gibby.
Always a joy.
Tigers grab the lead on the Leonis Martin RBI double. Tigers take on the Mariners. Special ticket packages are on sale now. They feature a game ticket, Chewbacca t-shirt, and a donation to Stand Up to Cancer. To purchase your Star Wars ticket package, go to tigers.com/Star Wars, of course.
What kind of t-shirt was that?
Chewbacca.
You're gonna get one?
Well, of course. I'll get you one too.
We'll wear them for the game. We have to be in the same style shirts if it's anything but a tie. So
That's right.
We'll do it.
Do you think Chewbacca t-shirts will go over? They're the same shirt.
They got a collar on them, you think?
No, they
T-shirt.
don't.
It'll work. Let's do it.
Gomez leading things off.
Do we need any type of head apparatus?
No. That's going too far. 2-1 on Carlos Gomez. Ref Snyder and Smith follow. We're in the 6th inning. Tigers have a 2-1 lead. Went around. See you later. Gomez out of there. 1 gone.
slider.
Let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch. That boy, we talk about the slider, how he's throwing it more this year, is harder. Look at the break on that. He's got a good feel for it. Comes out of the same slot. 81, and that thing's breaking. Malik Smith right there. He's totally dominating with that pitch tonight. Still has in the can. He's got the changeup. He's got the curveball. At any time. And last night, if you watched Jordan Zimmerman, he broke out Mr. Changeup late in the game, and it worked nicely for him. That's ideal if you got all 4 pitches. Kind of tuck things away, break them out, and know you have the confidence to direct them where they go. They work nicely.
Boyd has been able to pitch around 7 Tampa hits in this game. The Rays have stranded 7 men on base. Refsnyder a single and a strikeout.
Look at Boyd. Had a pretty good stress level here in the last couple innings. 1, 2, 3 in the first. 1 on in the second. Couple in the third. Then the fourth and fifth. Tampa has been pressuring.
So Boyd is up to 91 pitches now, and Matt is the only Tiger that has thrown 100 or more in a game this year.
Yeah, I looked at that last inning. 102 is the most he's thrown. 94 previous start. 95. So they may extend him a little bit. And let me see. Did he have? When's our last off day? Here's the pitch right here. Makes the pitches when he needs them. Snappy. That's a snappy slider right there.
7 strikeouts now for Boyd.
Wonder if you just. Some people just think, how can you swing at that? I'm telling you, it's deceiving. That ball's breaking a long way. And he's sneaky with his fastball, so when he throws it in there, you're like, I got to get the bat going, you know?
Boyd now is 1 shy of his career high in strikeouts, which is 8. And he did that in July of last year at Minnesota. Here is the 0-2. 1-2 on Malik Smith.
Malik Smith been red hot so far. He did get out of the infield single and stole the base, did not score, however.
Little chopper to the right side. Nico has it, and he'll take it himself. 1, 2, 3 inning. I'd be surprised the major league leaders in home runs. We'll tell you more when we come back.
league home run leaders. Didi Gregorius is having a great year. Pick up where he left off Haniger out there in Seattle. Look at this guy here, Mike Trout. You'd expect him to be up there, wouldn't you, Mario?
Trout, yes. Haniger and Gregorius, I'm not so sure, but man, they've had great years.
Now, I saw a chart of where Didi Gregorius has hit his homers, and he's pretty much right center to right field corner. He's learned how to use that stadium to his advantage, and that's smart. Very smart. No shift right now. Well, they've got the shortstop is over a little bit, but much. I'm not sure what they see, what they know, if they're going to throw him a little differently.
Straight to the second baseman Robertson, who throws him out. One away. Well, speaking of home runs, last night, Diamondbacks outfielder A.J. Pollock hit 3 homers to carry his team to an 8-5 victory over the Dodgers. All 3 of Pollock's homers were solo shots in the first 3-homer game of his career.
Marco
Polo.
So they call him Polo.
Polo?
Yeah, he's an excellent player, and you know, he came up when we were there in Arizona. He's had some injuries to deal with over the years, but he can stay healthy. He's very, very talented. Good outfielder, runs well, got pop, competes. Alex Wilson warming up in the bullpen for the Tigers.
Jacoby takes a ball high, and the count goes 2-0 on Jones.
Okay, so just Scardy right now. We got Smith, we got Willie warming up. We got 9 innings, so you got Greeny in the 9th, Jimenez in the 8th, maybe 1 in the 3rd for Joe. So you're just going to see Willie. Hope that he can get through an inning. 1-1-1 would be ideal, wouldn't it?
It'd be perfect. Another strong outing from Matthew Boyd. 1 run on 7 hits. Here's the 2-1.
Very tough pitch there. It's a 2-1 pitch. Archer's starting to bring in the kitchen sink at him. He's doing it all.
In the air to center, and Smith going back. There are 2 gone.
Hey, Tiger fans, help us support breast health awareness this Mother's Day, May 13th, by pinking out the park. Special ticket packages include a t-shirt and donation to the Carmanis Cancer Institute. To purchase a ticket package and for more information, please visit tigers.com/pinkout. Simo loves that, and we're all happy to support that cause.
Here is Nico Goodrum now with 2 outs. Nico looks at ball 1. Walking a fly ball for Goodrum. So Archer now has had 86 in the pitch count area. Two and 1.
See Nico get a hold of one right here.
First major league homer was in Chicago early in April against the White Sox. Here's the 2-1. 3-1.
Do another slider there on 2-1. He did that previously to Jacoby. So when you're watching on the bench, it's things you want to store, have an idea. Fastballs are probably preferred pitch to hit. However, hanging slider's not bad. Hanging changeup's not bad. It's kind of a unique mindset to be able to concede a fastball and sit on something that's doesn't spin the way it's supposed to and hangs something off speed that's 85 miles an hour.
Down he goes.
He's been throwing that slider a lot more.
6 in the books. Still 2-1 Tigers. Wilson coming in.
Matt Boyd, now his day is complete. Trying to get a good game in after a struggle in his last one. Had some pressure on him, but just threw all of his pitches. You can see he pounded the ball inside quite a bit. Smith, he struck him out on a slider away. The slider really biting way far, no hump in it. Hard for the hitters to see. And on the evening, it was 6 innings, 7 hits. Gave up 1 run. Only walked 1 and struck out 7. We've got a wall side windows pitching change. Alex Wilson. This is his 14th game. DRA a little high. Opponent's only hitting .207.
Looks like Denard Span will pinch hit here in the 7th. Span replaces Johnny Field. He'll be followed by Echeverria and then Crone. Wilson had to come on in relief of Daniel Norris a couple of days ago in Baltimore, when Daniel was taken out because of the injury. There's a slicing liner to left, base hit. Span is the board, so very quickly the tying run is on. Pinch hit single for Denard.
All right, well, this is a good pitch by Alex Wilson, but something the Tigers have been struggling with lately. Look at here. Tiger relievers since April 25th, 1-0 counts. Percentage of plate appearances, 47.9. And you see the 2-0 counts. 47.9% of the time we're down 1-0. The league average is 40%, so we're obviously above that. That is a tough count. Get it.
Candelario fires to second. 1. There's a double play.
That is
Play by Candy.
Yeah, very good. This is a tough count to survive in. Okay, so you can see right there, Willie tried to get the out. Span jumped him. But the Tigers have to do a better job in these counts. And this is just the relievers. This is not Tiger pitchers. I know this is being stressed by Gardy and Chris Bosio. Now, the Tigers in these situations, though they've had more of them than the league average, they have done well in those situations average-wise, but the league average is much higher than that, and you tend to level out. So it's a bad sign if you're going to do that. It's going to bite you, and last night it did bite us. And they're coming out throwing strikes tonight. It's a little correction that they got to make, and they got to buy in.
C.J. Crone looks at a strike 1-1.
Now, many feel a major league pitcher should be able to throw a strike 70% of the time. I think the league average is 60. So don't want to be unrealistic. Is that your phone?
It's not mine.
That's the bullpen phone. It's a dial-up phone from the old time.
Andrew Kittredge warming up.
It's the old string with the cup on the end of it. You see that?
Yeah, I did.
Did you ever work those? Did you ever try that?
No.
You did?
No. Doesn't work.
It does work.
No, it doesn't. Come on.
Okay, let me explain this.
Okay.
I got a cup with a string running
Right.
to your ear.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Let's say I'm trying to say, hey, you cover second base. So put me on camera.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I've got this cup to my ear. Now watch it. There was something in there. Okay, so you got a cup. Put your hand up.
Got a cup.
Okay, this is how it works. Ready? Hey, cover second base.
Seriously.
See, it worked.
We're standing next to each other.
You just yell over there. It's just a prop.
I can't believe I put my hand up.
It's just a prop.
Strike three on
Good
call.
inning by Willie.
Hey, by the way, coming up, the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch.
Nicholas Castellanos RBI double in the third. That puts the Tigers on the board. That holds true till Matt Duffy scores on Hecavarria's on a fielder's choice in the fifth. See James McCann right there looking for the play. They go to first. And then Leonis Martin with the RBI double in the fifth inning puts the Tigers up at a score of 2-1. And here we are in the bottom of the seventh. Tigers trying to pad the lead. And Tampa has a new pitcher. There's a wall side windows pitching change. Andrew Kittredge.
Kittredge, mostly out of the bullpen this year, has made 2 starts for the Rays. His bullpen ERA is over 11. So let's see if the Tigers can tack on against him here. Tigers have 2 runs on 6 hits, and the Rays a run on 8 hits.
James popped up to shortstop and he's got a single, scored a run. You can tell he's starting to feel it a little bit.
He sits safely now in 10 of his last 12. They've got him play to pull. Didn't go.
Way to lay off.
More action. Venter is the kid that had 3 Tommy John surgeries.
He used to throw really hard.
Chi Wei Hu also warming up.
What was that?
Chi Wei Hu.
Chi Wei Hu, I gotta get that one down. I unintentionally misspeak sometimes. I apologize.
Joe Jimenez in the Tigers bullpen. There's a breaking ball slap foul.
You see McCann way better at just sitting back, letting it ride, letting it come.
Tiger box. 2 hits for Martin, including the go-ahead double in the 5th inning. Soft floater towards second, and it's played on 1 up by Robertson.
See the Tigers take on the Mariners Saturday, May 12th at 4:10 p.m. Come early for on-field photo day. Your chance to take photos of your favorite Tiger players on the Comerica Park field. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
Here is Iglesias, and he'll step away from a breaking ball strike. Kittredge born in Spokane, Washington. Little chopper to the third baseman. Short hop pick there by Duffy. 2 gone.
Another fastball slider guy. 2 groundouts, second baseman. That'll leave it up to Dixon Machado. Machado with a ground out in the 3rd and a single. Did not score a run yet. A little 2-out trouble here. Let's go.
Machado was 0 for 4 in the opener last night. He has seen these shifts a lot early on here this season. Dixon last night made the final out of the game on a hard drawn ball up the middle. Tigers had the bases loaded. They scored a couple of runs to make it 3-2. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. A quick inning for Kittredge. 1-2-3. Tigers baseball presented by Del Tire.
Of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica, your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com and see why Chevy drives the Motor City. and by wall-side windows. We can do that. We are the factory.
Well, what do you say we update Ram Pick the Stick? I'm not looking good tonight. I got a -2 going.
Keats, I'm 0, I believe. Yeah.
Trez got 2. Keats.
Go ahead, say it, Mario.
With 4.
Go ahead.
Hashtag ABK.
ABK.
Anybody but Keating. Nice night tonight, Keats.
So mature. You are so mature.
But Keats, you want that like 13, 18 pointer like Mario drew with the horseshoe that the other night, don't you?
I do. Yeah, I mean, we would have to score more runs and have more hits than we've been having lately, but I'll take the 4 points tonight.
Long way to go.
Yeah.
Joe Jimenez out of the Tigers bullpen.
Last year you were way out front about this time, you remember?
Oh yeah, I was way out in front about the All-Star break.
You started feeling the heat though.
Then I choked.
No, you didn't choke.
Yeah, I did. I choked. I had to fire my analytics people.
But you didn't have anybody to replace him, so that's not a good move.
They were giving me bad info. 1 ball, 1 strike on Matt Duffy. Ramos and then Robertson. That'll slide in for a strike, 1 and 2.
Now, I think we should have what's called position week. So for a week, you pick an inverse of, so the last guy, that's Trevor. He would pick first.
In the standings, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be second. So you give the guys a chance to get in. You only have a couple. Good pitch.
And Iglesias throws him out, 1 away.
Folks, join us tomorrow for some afternoon baseball when the Tigers and the Rays wrap up this 3-game series. All of your game coverage starts with Tigers live at noon right here in Fox Sports Detroit. Then we hit the road on to Kansas City, on to Texas. Got a day game Thursday in Kansas City, so.
Why is that? Do you know?
Because that's what the schedule says.
Oh.
Do you know?
No, I don't. I was wondering why we play a day game the first day in. Are you a big barbecue fan, Gibby?
I do.
So do you like Kansas City barbecue, Carolina barbecue, Texas barbecue?
Well, we went, where did we go last time we were in Kansas City?
We go to Gates?
There's about 6 or 7 of them?
Yeah, there's Gates, Arthur Bryant's, Jack Stacks, there's a bunch of them.
There's a rumor that you have ownership in Gates.
No, I just go there a lot. I don't have any ownership. Although I've given them a lot of my money. 1-1. Swing and a miss.
I think we should all go out as a crew like the baseball team does.
Yeah. And Gibby buys.
We'll pick one lucky crew member to pay. It could be me.
Well, how would we pick? Out of a hat?
We want to make it fair, of course.
1 and 2 on Ramos. Ooh, ugly swing. See you later.
That's good stuff there. I think that we should have it related to the game somehow, where things happen in the game. This happens, something else happens. Like the strikeout right here. This would be, you tell me.
That's way too elaborate.
Why? Let's challenge ourselves.
Because I can't even follow it right now.
Let's challenge ourselves.
Alvarado warming up along with Ventures.
We get some ideas, maybe.
Man, Joe's stuff must be nasty here tonight.
Well, did you see that 2-seamer right there? That just, I don't think he throws a 2-seamer, but that may be a 4-seamer, but really good movement.
Stump in the Tigers pen. One ball, 1 strike. Tiger bullpen trying to protect a 1-run lead.
Good 2-seamer, then a slider. Looks like another slider. Joe Jimenez is throwing very well this year. However, he's got a lot of games early in the season. It's got to be a concern that you give him his rest. Can't use him when you want to. Some days. 97. That's the velo that we want to see from Joe. Really worked on the slider over the last year. That's the pitch that's improved the most. He was young when he first came up. He was welcome to the big league. Just off the plate. Very tight zone. No freebies. He had some freebies yesterday, but Marvin Hudson's not having any of it tonight. Can't frame the ball, and he's going to call it. If it's on the plate, you're going to get it. If not, it's a ball.
Swing and a miss. 1-2-3. Joe Jimenez looking really good tonight. When we come back, top of the order, Leonis Martin gets it started for the Tigers.
The former All-Star who has pitched 4 innings so far this season, but that's not the important part. The important part is that Johnny Venters has missed the last 6 seasons in the major leagues thanks to 3.5, I don't know where the half comes from, but 3.5 Tommy John surgeries. Only one other person, Jason Isringhausen, has ever come back to play after 3 Tommy John surgeries. Now Johnny Venters is the second. He's had faced 4 batters. He's gotten all of them out. But that story of perseverance and intestinal fortitude is something to behold. And Johnny Venters very happy to be back at the major league level throwing once again, guys.
That's an unbelievable story, actually.
That is a year for each, probably, you can figure. And it gets boring, it gets frustrating, it hurts. You throw good, you throw bad, you think you ripped something again.
To the right side, and Robertson throws him out. Martin is gone, 1 away.
He used to throw high 90s. I'm sure he doesn't throw that. But again, I had one player, Daniel Hudson, who had TJ surgery. Was almost all the way back, ripped it again. And it was just, you know, it's heartbreaking. You get a lot of support to do it. And after that one, it took. But I couldn't imagine. You say 4 of them?
3.5. Chopped to third, fair
nice
ball.
Play.
Great play there. Long throw, not in time. That'll be a hit for Candelario, but a sparkling play by Duffy.
Looks like he got up, didn't know where he was. But that was super. Look at your dives. Can't really stop. He was going to open up. Instead, he closed. It took him a little time to get his feet right. And we got a base hit. Good effort. We'll take the single. single ton.
Here is Castellanos. Wouldn't mind an insurance run or two here.
2.
Venters was actually an all-star back in 2011 when he appeared in 85 games with Atlanta. That'll get past and go to the backstop. That'll help.
That's great.
Shane Green in the Tigers bullpen. Now Nick will be walked intentionally with first base open.
We'll take it.
We'll try and get a double play ball here from V-Mart.
I don't think you're going to see any shift here.
There's Victor Reyes getting loose.
For V-Mart, should he get on? But a gapper. Let's look at the relativity shot. Just see them all score.
And another one that bounces in.
That's an outstanding stop.
The catcher Ramos.
This got all armed too. How do you know where that's going? Look at him. He just caught that with his body, with his elbow.
Same thing happened to Sucre, the starter last night in the 9th inning. He took one off the arm. Kyle Snyder is out now, their pitching coach.
It's a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivers an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone.
V-Mart is 0 for 3. He's put the ball on the ground 3 times. Here's the 1-0.
Likes his slider in this situation.
Chopped to third base on the charge there. Duffy has it. He'll sling it across the diamond for an out. Runners advance, 2 gone.
Well, just kind of sitting here. Somebody pick him up. Got a man on third, 2 out. Good time for a pick me up. Runners advance, as you said, second, third, 2 down. This is a big knock here.
And Jacoby looks at a strike. Jones coming in over his last 13 games at a .306 average. Here's the 0-1. Right back to the mound and took his glove off. Vetter stays with it and throws him out. How about that?
That's
Tigers will leave 2 men in scoring position. The old hit ball trick there by Venters. We go to the 9th.
The Tigers Live post-game show immediately following the conclusion of this one. We're anxious to hear how Matt Boyd feels about his start tonight on the heels of one that didn't go so well in Pittsburgh. He came back and was terrific tonight.
He feels good, Keats, and I think his results indicates that, guys, listen, he pounded the strike zone with good quality pitches. He kept them off balance. Stick around for the post-game show. Do we get a chance to enlighten them on exactly why he was so effective, right?
He had to work around some trouble, but we've all had nights like that, haven't we, Mario?
We have indeed, and Keats, by the way, needs a lot of enlightening too. So,
hey, Shane Green's in again. 13th game, 4 out of 6 save opportunities. The last game was tough, went the wrong way on him, but back on the mound again, trying to shut down the Rays, get the victory. Here's we're at the top of the ninth. Tigers lead 2-1.
Greeny delivers a strike to Carlos Gomez, who will lead things off.
Look on Greeny's face yesterday said it all. Doesn't like to not get the job done. But being a closer, it's a tough one.
0-2.
Very sharp. So far, very good.
Brad Miller has gone to the on-deck circle. He will bat for Ref Snyder. Swing and a miss. Gomez dispatched very quickly. They'll throw down to complete it. Upcoming matchup presented by Wallside Windows, and this is the series finale tomorrow, and ooh, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, just look at the numbers. They're impressive on both sides. Michael Fulmer can be a dominating pitcher. We know coverage begins at noon.
One away.
Get this victory tonight puts you in a good mood, doesn't it? It's the beauty of the game. Felt frustrated over yesterday. Get a victory today.
Brad Miller hitting now, and he looks at a strike 0-1.
2 for 2 in first pitch strikes. Awesome. But I was thinking we could stop and like have a little putt-putt contest or something.
For what?
Well, we can get prepared for the game and playing putt-putt.
Why putt-putt?
Well, what else?
How is that going to prepare us for the game?
Well, we can just kind of leisurely go hole to hole, and
okay,
I'll give you some of my ideas. You give me some of yours, and it'll get us up and walking, loosened up a little bit.
Gotcha. Here's the 1-1. Fouled off 1-2.
And that's one spot over there. They got the windmills, you know.
Yeah,
you got.
There can't be any windmills. I just do not react well to the windmills.
Well, it'll get your brain going.
It will do that, and it'll also get me chucking my club too.
No.
1-2 on Miller.
There's a good golf movie out there. It's got Happy in it.
Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Great.
Yep, that would be me.
Now see, let's say for sure 5 years ago I wouldn't be talking about this, right? So relaxing. It's all after I read that book.
The book you had in Cleveland, was it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just, you know, it's just
We can't
wonderful.
say the title on the air, but let's just put it this way. It makes you kind of relaxed.
You just don't stress about stuff. We go out and do our thing, get prepared, come in here with a good attitude. Tigers get a victory. We get on the plane. Maybe we can hit Kansas City one.
Popped up, third base side.
Come on back.
Candelario runs out of room. 1-2 on Miller.
When you get down to the ninth inning, it's like really full thought process, and everywhere in the dugouts, on the playing surface, really even in the stands. You get tight games like this, people kind of get edgy. But you got to make sure that you're doing everything you can. And that you prepared to give yourself a chance to win. Oh.
Yes, he went around.
Oh.
Stu Sherwater rung him up. 2 gone.
Well, let's take a look pitch by pitch. Greeny's been way better. First pitch strikes. Pinpoint control tonight. Look at, he's working it away. It gives him the high fastball, speeds his bat up a little bit, and then down underneath the hands. Bye-bye.
1 more out to get.
Tiger relievers have struck out the last 4 Rays.
Alex Smith, ball 1. So that is 12 strikeouts now for Tigers pitching. Want to keep Smith off the bases. And there is ball 2.
Hey, he can fly. You don't want to have him running around out there. He's going to get in scoring position quick. He gets on.
Denard Span waiting on deck. Here's the 2-0.
Sounds of the game here. Crowd on their feet. Outfielders set. Martin over to the left center. Jacoby over towards the left field line.
Little chopper should do it. Green tags the bag for the out. A 1-2-3 9th, and the Tigers win a pitching duel here tonight. 2-1 your final score. Now we send you to the Coliseum Studios. John Keating with Tigers Live postgame.
Mario, thanks. It should be a raucous edition of Tigers Live with Craig Monroe and myself moments from now. Of course, Matthew Boyd's start was a big part of the night. Got some offense and some defense from Leonis Martin back in the lineup tonight. Big night for Shane Green to bounce back, all to the delight of their skipper, Ron Gardenhire's postgame thoughts. Coming up.